The Boys Season 4, Episode 4 features a twist that all but confirms Butcher is a Supe, a development that would give the show a much-needed way around his looming death. Butcher is dealing with a brain tumor in The Boys Season 4, and it's causing him to see visions of Becca in the early episodes. It's also placing a time limit on his chance to save Ryan, as The Boys Season 3's ending reveals he has a year or so to live. This complicates things for the character, though the series might use Compound V to avoid his early end. When Hughie steals Compound V for his father in The Boys Season 4, Episode 4, Butcher admits to taking some after his diagnosis. He insists that it didn't have the desired effect on him or his shortened lifespan. In fact, he believes it may have sped up the big day. However, the earlier events of Wisdom of the Ages suggest otherwise. While this installment doesn't confirm that Butcher is a Supe, there is one scene that teases such a twist. There's definitely more going on with Butcher than meets the eye, and Episode 4 could hold clues about what it is. When Butcher took Compound V in The Boys shows Hughie and Butcher taking Temp V in Season 3, the very substance that lands the latter in his current predicament. But it never shows Butcher taking Compound V. He tells Hughie that he did though, not long after his Season 3 prognosis. Apparently, Butcher stole some of the real drug from Frenchie's desk, hoping that it could cure his cancer, given his continued symptoms. He doesn't believe his attempt was successful. However, that doesn't necessarily mean he's correct. Compound V can have detrimental effects on adults who take it, which could explain Butcher's continued, and even worsening, symptoms. Given his use of Temp V and cancer, it would likely be difficult to tell whether his physical ailments stem from one or the other. But whatever's happening with Butcher's health, his near-death experience in The Boys Season 4, Episode 4 hints that he does, in fact, have powers. Without any, he likely wouldn't survive the events of Wisdom of the Ages. Ezekiel's death all but confirms Butcher is a Supe in The Boys Season 4. Although Butcher doesn't believe Compound V gave him powers, his confrontation with Ezekiel in The Boys Season 4, Episode 4 suggests otherwise. The Boys team has a run-in with Ezekiel while Frenchie searches Firecracker's trailer. For those who don't recall Ezekiel from The Boys Season 1, his primary ability is elasticity. It gives him the ability to extend his limbs, and combined with his strength, it can be a deadly power. It nearly kills Butcher when he comes to Frenchie's rescue, but Carl Urban's character somehow survives his fight with the Supe. Butcher doesn't just survive either, as he's being choked to death by one of Ezekiel's extended limbs. Butcher sees Becca. She tells him to fight, and then he blacks out as there's a splattering sound. When Butcher wakes up, his eyes land on a shocking scene: Ezekiel torn to pieces, with his blood coating Firecracker's trailer. There's no way an ordinary human could have killed a Supe so brutally, but Butcher manages it. This all but confirms that he's a Supe, with his Compound V tease at the end of the episode providing further evidence. What's going on with that thing inside Butcher's body? In addition to Butcher seemingly developing super strength during his Episode 4 fight, The Boys Season 4 alludes to changes in his body in another way. In the opening episodes of The Boys Season 4, it seems as though Butcher's veins are bulging, which might be expected with his tumor. However, the latest episode offers a closer look at what's happening, and it appears as though something is slithering through his veins instead. It's a disturbing revelation, but it could be related to him taking Compound V after his fight with Ezekiel. It might be another clue that he's a Supe. Butcher being a Supe means his illness might be cured in The Boys Season 4. If Butcher is actually a Supe in The Boys Season 4, it means there's hope that his illness will be cured in future episodes of the show. This would make sense, as The Boys is confirmed for a 5th and final season. It just wouldn't be right to have a character as important as Butcher absent from the series' last hurrah. It also seems likely that the Amazon show will save Butcher in Homelander's inevitable showdown for The Boys Season 5. That means Butcher needs to survive the current outing somehow, and Compound V gives him, and the writers, an out. Although Butcher is showing symptoms of cancer in The Boys Season 4, these could very well be the result of his Compound V use. Having Butcher heal himself with Compound V would be an interesting parallel to Hughie's storyline. Hughie considers curing his father with the drug, highlighting that this is possible. Knowing it can have this effect makes it all the more likely the boys will use it to keep Butcher around. As this stage, that would be the more surprising turn of events.